I didn't really have any expectations. For me, I found out I had diabetes while I was visiting a friend in Mexico back in, I think, 2009 or 2010. And the doctor there, of course, I didn't live there, so he just said, well, you need to start taking some insulin before you eat. And so and he said, I don't know what your insurance situation is, but you can get over the counter, you can get regular insulin. So I started doing that, and that worked for me for a while, but it wasn't but a couple, 2 or 3 years went by that I just started not being able to control the sugar levels in my system with just the regular. I would, if I took what I thought I needed to take, I might go too low. If I cut it back, I was going too high, and I did this for several years, and I know that wasn't good for my health. I was trying, but I could only do so much. Finally, I talked to one of the doctors here at IHS, and he started me on the right path by having me, I think, take a pill in addition and everything else. But I was still just barely maintaining control, and it was really frustrating. But the telemedicine program came up, and they offered me a chance to see an endocrinologist, and of course I was open to anything by that time because it was a losing battle, and I knew that I couldn't keep doing this without damaging my body. And so I went ahead and made the appointment, came on in, and the doctor really straightened me out. Mm-hmm. And I've had pretty tight control ever since the program started. So I credit the telemedicine program, and that in cooperation with my primary care doctor, Dr. Lee, who oversights that as well. But I'm just grateful they have it. I think I would take advantage of this again in a heartbeat. Now, I was in a panic situation like the guy in a rowboat without paddles, but I think anybody that has diabetes would, if you you see these guys and you can get straightened out and get your blood sugars under control. Again, my overriding thought was I was so anxious to see a specialist about this that none of that would have affected me in any way. And as far as the situation, I was very comfortable. I mean, I was talking directly to the doctor. There was a nurse in the room. My doctor was here off and on, and so anything that I didn't have any questions about what was going on. I was very comfortable and very happy to be where I was. Yes, I definitely. It's so much easier. I mean, if I had to drive into LA to see a specialist or down into Palm Springs, it would be much more of an issue for me. I mean, I'm used to being here. I'm comfortable here, and to be able to see the specialist right in my environment, which I consider this to be, is perfect. It's perfect. Oh, definitely, definitely. I am I don't want to get technical, but my A1C readings are finally in where they're supposed to be, and they haven't been for several years. And my blood sugars are manageable. You still, with insulin, you always have you have to keep an eye on it and take lots of blood tests on yourself. The finger pricking. But I'm better managed now than I've ever been since I was diagnosed with this. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm actually trying to get my daughter in on this. She's the type 1 diabetic. Now, it's a completely different disease, really, the type 1 diabetes, but I'm trying to get her in to see the endocrinologist as well. But yes, 100% yes. And I am pretty sure that it would be the same with any other specialist as well. Just the opportunity to be able to see a specialist in our offices is unbelievable, really.